Hi guys, it is Monday here on Pagan Perspective Subs Week. I am your Monday host, Brendan, and this week we are talking about protection magics. So our question this week comes to us from Wisps and Whimsy. Hi all, I know you've probably got a year's worth or more of topics already lined up, but I've noticed something lately and wanted to know your take on it whenever you get a chance. While paging through Pinterest and going through pagan YouTube channels, I've noticed that there are a lot of protection subjects. Drawing circles, using runes, casting spell jars or incantations, or incense or rituals, all with the intent to give a practitioner protection from something. What is this malevolent force that we are trying to protect ourselves from? Do you make protections a large part of your practice? Thanks for sharing your thoughts and for such an awesome channel. I'm so pleased I've subscribed for so long. It's a great resource. So, Wisps and Whimsy has brought up this idea that a lot of people have about this malevolent force that, as witches, as practitioners of magic, there is something that's trying to get us. Every time we do magic, there's something that's trying to get us. To a degree, there may be an essence of truth to this, but for me personally, I don't find that comes up in my practice or my path, and the most malevolent force that would be out to get me would be myself. It would be my destructive nature. It would be that negative, malevolent part of myself that may want to harm, may want to cause anger and grief. But that is also a powerful ally. And working through with that, I can do a lot of healing work. I can do a lot of changing work. With magic, often to know how to protect against a curse, you need to be able to know how to curse to begin with, or how to undo a curse. You need to know be able to cause and create that curse to begin with. Same way with being able to heal, you need to know how to harm. So it's this kind of, I suppose with this sort of work, it's, well, to be able to protect against something, you need to know how it works and operates. But from that, like, even further into that, you may want to do like basic protection magics that if I'm feeling threatened, I will often try to assess the situation that I may be in. First off, I will take a quick breath, breathe into the situation. Why am I feeling threatened will be the first thought that comes through. What am I feeling? Am I feeling others' feelings? Am I being affected or am I affecting? And from there it's then working out, well, what do I need to do? If it's a situation where I'm feeling threatened, is it something that I can handle? Do I need to be able to protect myself? And with protection magic, I find that often the easiest way to protect against something is to be able to project what is being sent at you back. So if I do, like if I'm teaching students about protection magics, I will often teach them about allowing their aura to become a reflective surface or a mirror, and anything that they feel is being projected towards them, they use that mirror to reflect it back out. It is the idea that is the equivalent exchange. Nothing goes back any more than it was or any less than it was, but is just reflected back to where it goes. There's a double edge to this though. If you focus on that, you really want it to be like a one-sided mirror so that it's only reflecting outwards. Because if you reflect inwards, then you do a lot of inner work, and that can be something you can explore. I spoke about my like malevolent inner demon sort of nature, and you could use that sort of work to really process and explore that. a lot of times when doing protection work, it will really depend on where you are. Are you in a situation, you may be walking down a street late at night, little lighting. It's then one of those times that you may simply just cast a basic protection upon yourself. And a number of spells you could use for this would be like maybe a cloak of invisibility, so make yourself disappear into, whether it be cloaking yourself in shadows, whether it be bending the light around you so that you appear invisible. You may use other things like, depending on what sort of situation you want to be in, making yourself feel like looking bigger, but then you run the risk that that may be seen as a challenge. You also may want to speed your travel. That may be something else as well. So through that, quicken pace, quicken time, make things move faster, really get through a situation quicker. For homework, things around your house, basic foundations I would recommend if moving into a new place, purchasing a new place, or building a new place, is basic cleansing and healing work for the land itself, the spirits of the place, and then also anyone that moves in as well. So with the land itself, spend some time just wandering the corners of your property, all the place in between, speaking to any plants, any stones, any creatures that live on that land, also speaking to the spirits of that place, so the genus loci, communing with them, and building relationships, making offerings, whether it just be leaving out milk and honey, lighting incense, folding paper cranes, anything that works for you as a devotional offering to these spirits can create a healing relationship, and even offering healing. So it may be just you go out there and you sing to the land, sing to the place that you're on, and in doing this you build allyships, and allies can be one of the strong protective forces that we have. It's between like totems and spirit guides and all those, you have those sort of allies, just like you have friends and family. They're all protective there. So now that you've worked with the land, moving into the house, the woods and the stone and the mortar and the nails, everything in the house holds the energetic resonance and memory of those that have lived here before. So you may need to go through if there's anything that's any energy flow that's being blocked, or there may be like a nexus point where it's being sucked in. Just going through and exploring the points in the house, using like hot and cold. Do certain places feel hotter than others and colder than others? Exploring all that sort of dynamic through the house, and then you go into things like you may want to smudge the house, you may want to wash the walls and the floors and the ceilings with like Florida water, with just like basic cleansing, like a sage water, a rosemary water, a lavender water, a rose water, something that for you is cleansing and clearing. Whenever moving into a new home, I always recommend buying a new broom. Never bring the broom from a previous house. It will hold on to everything from that previous place. So bringing a new broom into a new house is just a simple cleansing and protection magic. Also communing with the allies of the house. Often places will have, in like the old stories, the families would move, and the allies of that family, whether it be like kind of like the house elves, the brownies, the sprites, would all move with the family as well, or they may be attached to a house. So the previous tenants may have had, or the house itself may have its own ecosystem of allies and creatures that do things in there. So allowing space for them as well. And when doing your cleansing and protection work within the house, just focusing on anything that may cause harm with negative intent, because sometimes harm allows healing to happen. It all depends on what the intention is with that. And then, yeah, moving on to building the whole entire house relationship. I suppose it's then moving into the area around, so then expanding out to talking to the trees and the plants within your street, within the whole location. And you may want to call on allies for the guardians to border your property. So it's really just kind of assessing through all of that. Like I said, protection for me is really like a last line of defense. It's not... It's like building any relationship. It's not like I'm going to... I don't want to go in all shields up, swords blazing, allies big, tough, bloated, chest out, raw, gonna rip you apart. It's more coming to a situation, just basic self. So basic concept of who you are, and even that itself is a form of solidarity where you are solid, you are yourself, and knowing yourself is probably one of the strong protection tools as well. And then it is working with that then to be able to really assess situations, and working through all of that work will then lead to whether you need to do protection magic. Who are my allies? What is this place I live in? And how can we create a harmless, healing, beautiful, dynamic relationship where anything that may be malevolent can easily be turned into a powerful ally. And yeah, protection isn't really needed. I think when I cast Circle, it's a container, it's a vessel, it's the place within myself where I draw power from and draw power into, and use that as a channel and a conduit to send that out into the world. I think I've kind of gone on for long enough now. If you have any questions at all for me, don't be afraid to send me a message or leave comments below, and I will try to read them. As I was saying, I really hope this uploads, because the last few months my videos haven't been able to upload. My camera stopped recording then. Technology has not been my favourable ally this past couple of months, and it's nice to be back and nice to see you all again. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all the other videos this week from all the other subs, and for those coming up to this weekend, it's in the Northern Hemisphere a very blessed and honourable Samhain, and a Day of the Dead as well. And for those in the Southern Hemisphere, a very beautiful and amazingly loving Beltane. I know I will be attending my Traditions Wildwood Fairy Parade Beltane Fairy Tea Sit-In Party Extravaganza amazingness. So there will be video hopefully again. But yeah, just look after yourselves. Check in with yourself a lot. And just look after your health and look after your heart. And know that you're loved. But that's it for this week. Much love and blessings, and blessed be. Mwah.